Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria today. I'm Olumide Macaulay. On the program, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo and state governors in crucial National Economic Council meeting. Conflicting accounts continue to trail the killing of Nigerian footballer Joseph Izu, who died in Rivers State. And the Imo State government partnered with Indian group to commence free cataract eye surgery for indigents of the state, opens Owerri Eye Center. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin in the north-central region of the country. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo is currently presiding over a meeting with state governors at the council chambers of the Aso Rock Presidential Villa in Abuja. Other members of the National Economic Council are also present at the meeting. It's not clear what the agenda is, but it's likely to be on the state of the nation and perhaps how the governors can contribute in getting Nigeria out of recession through working with the federal government. The council in its last meeting on September 22nd approved President Muhammadu Buhari's strategy to pull the economy out of recession. At the meeting, ministers and governors also debriefed the finance minister, Mrs. Kemi Adeosun, and the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Mr. Udoma, as well as the CBN Governor, Godwin Emefiele, on the strategies to get the country out of the woods. Speaking of the country now, but concerning corruption issues and to the northwest, the chairman of the Economic Financial Crimes Commission, Ibrahim Magu, believes that fighting corruption will help Nigeria regain the needed credibility for investors to troop into the country. The EFCC chairman made the comments in Kaduna after a meeting with members of the National Union of Textile, Garment and Tailoring Workers of Nigeria.
If there's any single factor or entity or index you need in fighting corruption, it's the political goodwill in the environment. Now we have the perfect political goodwill. The vice president and the president, they are not joking. You can see them in their blood. And other members of the government that are so. That is all you need to move forward. You need that support, and we have the support. So what we need is the support of every other person to join in the fight of corruption. Together, we'll deal with corruption. Together, we'll kill corruption. I assure you that.
To the southwestern region of the country, the Lagos state government has arraigned 4 suspects arrested in connection with the kidnap of the traditional ruler of Iba town before a Lagos High Court in Igbohere. The suspects, including Duba Forejo, Ododo Ma Isaiah, Reuben Anthony and Yarin Fresh, were arraigned before Justice Oluwatoyin Taiwo on an 8-count criminal charge of conspiracy to commit murder, armed robbery and kidnapping. The suspect, who allegedly carried out the crime on July the 16th, 2016, at the Palace of the Monarch, pleaded not guilty to the charge. The State Attorney General, Mr. Adeniji Kazim, promised to prosecute the matter expeditiously.
Suspects were also shortly arrested and taken into custody. Just around 60 days after, which I consider to be a record time, we are in court to send a very, very strong signal to the people of Lagos State that this government is fully up to its task. It also sends a very strong message to the criminals out there, kidnappers, cultists, rapists, that no matter how long it takes, justice will be swift and decisive.
This is the first time they were brought to court. Okay. They have just been arraigned. Their plea has been taken. They pleaded not guilty to the charges brought against them. And in accordance with the provisions of our Constitution, they are presumed innocent until proven guilty by the prosecution.
Also concerning crime, but this time to the south-south, conflicting accounts have continued to trail the killing of Nigerian footballer Joseph Izu, who was reportedly shot by the army in Akarki community in Ahoada West local government area of Rivers State. The father and other family members of the footballer accused the army of shooting their son in cold blood while he was taking a bath by the waterside, a claim the army debunks, saying that the soldiers invaded a cultist shrine where the late Izu was found.
Information available to the patrolling troops indicated the presence of suspected cultists in Okarki village. The troops moved in and raided the suspected criminal hideout. One person lost his life at the hideout while several others fled. Later it was confirmed that the person who lost his life was a Nigerian footballer identified as Mr. Izu Joseph.
The commander, 2 Brigade Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Amisu Azan, explaining the circumstances that led to the death of a Nigerian footballer, Joseph Izu. Following the tension generated by the incident, we take a trip to Okaki community, which sits on the boundary between Rivers and Bayelsa states by the bank of Orashi River. The occupation of the people here is mainly farming and fishing. There is uneasy calm in the air as we walk through the pathway to the alleged cultist shrine where the Nigerian footballer was reportedly shot. This area is popularly called Ghetto in Okaki community in Outer West local government area of Rivers State, and according to the army, this is a cultist shrine linked to the unfortunate death of the Nigerian footballer Joseph Izu.
I ran inside the...
This eyewitness narrates stories that seem to differ from the earlier one by the army.
I was peeping towards the window and I saw this particular guy. They shot that the period they shot him through his leg. He was screaming and he was trying to crawl. They were asking me, what did you went there to do in that shrine? What did you went there to do in that shrine? And he said, I didn't went any place. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. I'm a footballer. He brought his ID card and showed them. They now checked his ID card, and it was confirmed that he's a footballer. And that was how they shot him.
Meanwhile, the suspected cultist claims he was present with the late footballer at the ghetto when the army stormed the area.
When I went there, Izu itself was inside the ghetto. One of the guys stood up and said that they are coming. So we now all fell into the water, and Izu ran away too. And when I saw that it was Nigerian army, so I now surrendered.
Our findings take us to his home in the community, found to be under lock and key with no one around. The next port of call is the home of the paramount ruler of the community. The visibly angry ruler speaks on the matter.
I, as a person, have proclaimed, move around this community. I have destroyed that place. So it's unfortunate. Whoever might fall victim, let him take it with good faith.
According to the army, a formal report will be presented at the end of investigations. However, family and friends are hopeful that justice will prevail. Emmanuel Ire, Channels Television News.
You're watching news across Nigeria. Coming up in the southeast, Imo State to offer free eye surgery in partnership with an Indian firm. Please stay with us.